The Line Features page allows you to set up call features for your line which apply on incoming or outgoing calls. The page will also show you which features are currently activated on your line, in which order these features are applied, and the current status of your line. Voicemail. In the voicemail settings page, you can enable or disable voicemail on your number. You can also set a diversion timer in seconds before your calls are diverted to voicemail, which defaults to 20 seconds. The PIN number setting is used when accessing your voicemail from another phone number. Optionally, you can also forward your voicemail messages to an email address and receive an SMS alert when a new voicemail arrives in your mailbox. We also provide 2 links in this page for you to upload your MP3 recordings for your voicemail, unavailable or busy messages. Call forwarding. In the call forwarding settings page, you can specify where to forward calls at all times, specific times, and whether you are unavailable to answer the call, if you're busy on a call or your phone is offline. Each setting can also have a time schedule applied to it, so it can happen on certain days of the week and times of the day. Do not disturb. In the Do Not Disturb settings page, you can choose to reject phone calls at all times or at specific times as defined by your selected time schedule. You can also decide if you want calls to go to your voicemail or just return a busy tone to the customer while Do Not Disturb is enabled. Simultaneous ring. With the simultaneous ring feature, you can ring up to 5 other numbers at the same time, and these can have a specific time schedule associated with each number. You can also program a delay in seconds before each number starts ringing. Call screening. If privacy is important to you, you can choose to screen your incoming calls, and this can be from all callers or just those who are anonymous. You can also apply a time schedule for call screening, so you could screen calls that are made outside of work hours, for example. Call queue. Our call queue feature allows you to place incoming callers into a queue where they will listen to your music on hold until an agent is ready to take the call. The queue can operate at all times or against a specific time schedule. Queues can have up to 20 agents on it to receive the incoming calls. There are many settings that can be programmed against a queue, such as a strategy for ringing your agents, and several settings associated with timers, announcements, and queue length. There is also a link so you can upload your own MP3 file to play to the caller while they are waiting in your queue. Otherwise, they will hear our default hold music. For more details on call queues, please see our FAQ article. Hunt Group. The Hunt Group feature allows you to step through up to 10 other numbers one at a time when a call comes into your number. You can specify the amount of time to try these other numbers and can also set up a time schedule for when this hunting logic will apply. Auto Attendant. Our Auto Attendant feature allows you to play back a welcome message when you receive a call and then forward the call onto another 10 numbers when the caller selects digits on their keypad. For example, you might have 1 for sales, 2 for accounts, and so on. You can also have the Auto Attendant play at specific times by applying a time schedule. Other settings include the number of seconds to wait for a response from the caller, how many times to replay the message, and whether you want the call to continue through to your number if no option is selected. You can also set up extension dialing as one of the auto attendant options. There is also a link to upload your own MP3 files to play as an auto attendant message, or you can record your own message by simply dialing *22 from your handset. Caller ID. You can blacklist certain numbers from calling your line, select the option to reject all calls from anonymous callers, and customize settings from calls from New Zealand mobiles. Conferencing. You can turn your phone number into a conference bridge for meetings, set PIN numbers for guests and supervisors within your conference calls, as well as setting the numbers allowed to join your conferences. You can also set your recording options for conferences as required. Caller ID and privacy. For outgoing calls, you can choose to present a different caller ID on your account when dialing from this number. This allows you to present a main business number, for example when dialing out from another phone on the account. There is also a tool to verify an external caller ID outside of your account, and then present this on outgoing calls. Simply follow the instructions on how to set up this verified number. You can also choose to block your caller ID for privacy on calls. PIN code. You can protect your phone by enabling an authorization PIN code when making outgoing calls. And you can also control on what type of calls this PIN prompt occurs. Speed dial. You can set up simple 1-digit speed dial numbers to dial commonly dialed numbers to avoid having to dial whole phone numbers. Redial options. You can turn on confirmation prompts when redialing the last caller or last called numbers using our feature star codes. Call recording. You can enable call recording to automatically record all of your calls, incoming or outgoing calls, or calls to specific numbers. You can also optionally provide an email address to send the recorded call files to. By default, your recordings will be available in the Record section under the Account tab. Call parking. Here you can enable call parking for your lines, which means you can park an active call against a parking lot number and then retrieve the call from another phone on your account using the call retrieval feature star code. The options screen allows you to define the parking lot numbers and how the call is handled, if not retrieved within a set time. Remote callback. Here you can have our systems call back specific phone numbers and present a dial tone, allowing you to place calls through our platforms from a remote handset. Remote dial tone. Here you can call into a number on your account and present a dial tone to call back out to another number from a remote handset. Call transfers. If your handset does not support call transfers, then you can enable this feature on your line, allowing blind or attended call transfers on calls by dialing ## or #0 during a call. Time schedules. In the time schedule screen, you can set up 3 different time schedules for your line, including work hours, available hours, and user-defined hours. You can then use these time schedules against multiple other features, such as call forwarding. Voice quality and codecs. This page allows you to change the voice codecs that are supported on the line and other advanced settings relating to DTMF and network translation. Usually, you would need to change any settings on this page. The media options page allows you to control the volume settings and ringing settings on your line. There are also links to where you can upload your own MP3 files for on-hold music and ringing media. SMS messaging. You can also use our email to SMS gateway service to send text messages to mobile phones. Here, you can set which email addresses are allowed to send messages and set an optional password. Click on the voicemail button to check for any messages in your voicemail box for this line. Click on the media button if you wish to upload your own MP3 recordings for your voicemail, unavailable, and busy messages for this line. You can also upload an auto-attended message and replace the default music on hold and ringing media if you prefer your own music and ringing files to be used.